What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and I'm Nathan. This is Somewhat United with Nathan. I'm very excited. Sure, you can feel the energy. UFC 254, Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Justin Gaethje. Lightweight Championship, Fight of the Year. Khabib 28-0, Justin Gaethje 20-2. Doesn't get better than this. I doubt there's going to be a card that tops this year, especially with respects to the main event. I am super excited. I've been waiting for a while. I love to see Khabib fight, and let's get into it. Jacob Malkoun versus Phil Hawes. Phil Hawes, I believe he's a middleweight. He's 8-2. Jacob Malkoun is 4-0. Philip Hawes is on a 4-fight win streak, all finishes. I believe Jacob Malkoun has taken this on short notice. This is going to be a quick fight, I think, because of the short notice fact and the fact that Phil Hawes has been on a tear. I think there is going to be a finish. I'm going to predict a second round TKO. He's going to get the finish. Then we have Magomed Ankalaev, the 11th light heavyweight in the world, versus Ion Cutelaba in a rematch that was stopped due to some bad refereeing. Ion Cutelaba was faking like he had been rocked, and but he wasn't. He was playing possum, and the referee jumped in, stopped the fight. It's a big mistake. It was booked at least 3 other times before this week, and they're finally getting it done. And I think Magomed Ankalaev is the favorite to win this fight, but I have a sneaky suspicion. I'm going to go against the grain and say Ion Cutelaba is picking up this victory. I think he's going to come back better improved, because he was getting picked apart in that last fight, and I think he's going to maybe get a finish. Maybe I don't know what round. I think he's going to get it done, but I think he's going to surprise everyone and get it done. Get a number on his name. Next up, we have the battle of the heavyweights. Alexander Volkov, 6th in the world, versus Walt Harris, 8th in the world. I think Alexander Volkov and Walt Harris are both coming off of a loss. Alexander Volkov is coming off a decision loss. Walt Harris got finished in his last fight. Walt Harris has fast hands. He has been recently under a lot of personal problems, because he lost his stepdaughter. His stepdaughter got murdered, and he came back, some would say too soon, and then he ended up losing a match to Alistair Overeem at the beginning of lockdown, when the lockdown regulations opened up and UFC held one of its first events. And he's facing Alexander Volkov, who only loses to elite heavyweights. He lost a decision to Curtis Blades, who's I believe 4th in the world or 3rd. So he only loses to the top guys, and he's a fighter from Russia. He has long reach, he has long limbs. He's very technical. He's probably better than Walt Harris in all aspects except for maybe power and hand speed. Walt Harris's hand speed is really good. Is really quick. I have a feeling that Alexander Volkov is just going to stay out of range, pick him apart, kick him to the body, kick him to the legs, pick him apart, circle around, and I think he's going to get a decision. Yeah, unless he forces Walt Harris to make a mistake, he comes in and he gets him with a hook or something. But I think it's going to be a decision for Alexander Volkov. Then we have the co-main event of the evening: Robert Whittaker, former UFC middleweight champion, against Jared Cannonier. This is the battle of probably who gets to fight Israel Adesanya for the middleweight title next. Adesanya wants to fight Cannonier if he gets past Whittaker. He's already called him out. He's saying if he beats Robert Whittaker, he's going to grant him the title shot. And Robert Whittaker is coming off a victory at Fight Island, I think about 2.5 months ago, against Darren Till. And I think Robert Whittaker likes to blitz. He likes to get in, get out. He's a very technical striker, and he has this propensity to punch in blitzes. He likes to blitz in and out, and uses quickness, because he used to be a welterweight, so he is kind of smaller than most middleweights. So he uses his speed to his advantage and his technical ability and striking department. And Jared Cannonier used to be a heavyweight. He has fought in the heavyweight division, light heavyweight division, and now the middleweight division in the UFC. He's undefeated as a middleweight, 4-0, and I believe 3 of those victories are finishes. And he's an all-in-all tough guy. He's coming off, I believe, a win over Jack Hermanson, who's I think 5th in the world, just below him in the rankings, I believe. And I think that he has the ability to knock anyone out because of his, his strength that he carried down when he used to fight as a heavyweight. He used to knock people out as heavyweight, and now he's a middleweight. So he's much bigger than probably everyone in the division right now at this moment in time. And Jared Cannonier is, I think, the favorite to win according to odds makers. But I think Robert Whittaker is gonna stretch him out to a decision. He's going to absorb the power, I think, somewhat well. He's going to try to keep out of Cannonier's range, out of his explosive attacks, and I think he's going to pick him apart, and I think it's going to go to a decision because I don't see how Whittaker can finish Cannonier. And last but not least, we have the main event. We have the pride of Russia, Makhachkala, Dagestan, Russia. Khabib Nurmagomedov, as he pronounced it once. I have heard him pronounce it. I know the spelling is different, but I've heard him pronounce it. And that's how he pronounced it, Khabib Nurmagomedov. And he will take on the highlight, Justin Gaethje, in a battle to unify the lightweight championships. And Khabib, of course, is the undisputed lightweight champion, and Justin is the interim lightweight champion. And they're going to go toe-to-toe finally and unify the belts. And I think it's going to be interesting because Khabib's 28-0, 18 finishes. Justin Gaethje is 20-2, but he has 20 finishes. He has finished all his wins. And the interesting thing is Khabib likes to wrestle because he is a World Combat Sambo champion, which is a kind of style of wrestling in most of the breakaway republics and in Russia. So people learn combat sambo in that area, in those areas of the world. And Justin Gaethje used to wrestle at the University of Northern Colorado. Basically, Justin likes to use his wrestling in reverse. He likes to keep the fight on the feet, and he wants to basically knock everyone out. He's called the highlight. He either gets finished or finishes the fight. And he said some interesting things in the lead up to the fight, and basically wanting to push Khabib like no one else has. Khabib also has acknowledged that he's probably the hungriest fighter he has faced so far in his decorated career, and Khabib has to be wary of that. And another thing is, this will probably be his first fight where he does not have his father, the late Abdul Manap Nurmagomedov. He passed away due to complications from COVID-19, and he normally does his training in Eagles MMA, which is the academy they have opened in Dagestan with his dad. And he part-time trains there, and he part-time trains in American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose. And this will be, I think, his first fight ever that his father will not be there to support him or to go through part of the training camp. And a lot of people have wondered if this is going to affect his performance. Khabib has promised to go 30-0 to his father before he passed away and retire. So he has 2 more fights. He's 28-0. This will be 1 fight. He has 2 more fights to go. He is hell-bent on keeping that promise to his late father. I think he's going to get a late finish, like in a 3rd or 4th round, like a submission, or he's going to go to decision. I think Khabib is going to probably retire undefeated, but I have to say this as a disclaimer. I do not count out Justin Gaethje, and that is exactly why I am so excited to see this fight. I have not seen Khabib fight an actual guy who used to wrestle his whole life. Justin has been wrestling since he's 4 years old, so it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic because Justin can definitely knock people out. He has knocked people out with all kinds of attacks. He has finished fights with leg kicks. So, and he's already admitted that he's going to kick Khabib in the legs to see if he can handle it. So it's going to be very interesting what happens. Will the Eagle soar into retirement eventually and retire as a legend in the MMA game, or will he be another victim of the highlight that is Justin Gaethje? Tune in to find out. I'm going to be tuning in to find out. They've adjusted the timings, so basically everyone around the world can see it. For us in India, it's going to be 11:30 in the night the card starts, so I'm excited. I don't have to get up too early in the morning, and I'm just so excited to see this fight, and I can't wait to see it. If anyone has ever wanted to get into MMA, I would recommend watching this main event in particular. I think the lightweight division is the best division in the UFC. It is the most talent-rich division, and I think you should just stay tuned. If anyone who on this channel doesn't watch UFC a lot, I think this is one of those cards that you have to watch. There's a lot of good fights on the main card, and it's must-see TV at this point of time. And I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys are excited for it as much as I am, and it's going to be a good fight. But until next time, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Talk to me guys. It's a fan channel. Talk to me about this. Talk to me about the excitement of the cards and all that. And do not forget to hit the bell icon, get notified for future videos, and let's have a good fight night.